Joining me live right now is Greenville County School District's media spokesperson, Tim Waller. Tim, good to see you. So we'll start out, parents who opted for the virtual academy, the deadline to apply for a spot for in-person instruction for next semester, it's approaching. So can you tell us more about that deadline and what parents need to know right now?
Sure. We told parents and their students, of course, at the beginning of the school year, Cody, when they signed up for the virtual program, that if at some point they decided they would rather go back to in-person school, their first opportunity and really best opportunity to do that would be at the end of the first semester. Well, we're not at the end of the first semester yet, but as we approach the second half of this year, we're reminding parents that between now and October 31st, we would like them to let us know if they're going to stay in the virtual program full-time or if they have a desire to go to full-time in-person school. And if so, they need to fill out an application for each of their children and have that in by October 31st.
And so, Tim, if a parent applies, say, to get an in-person spot for their children, does that automatically mean this child will be able to go back to that traditional in-person schooling for the next semester?
Yeah, unfortunately, it does not automatically mean that they get to go back. I wish the answer to that was yes, but until we know exactly how many students might want to go back to the in-person instruction, it's hard to say how many openings we might have for that. Keep in mind the whole success to being able to offer both a virtual program and an in-person program was our teacher allocation. We had to figure out how many teachers we have, how many can teach over here in person, how many can teach in the virtual program, and really all of these teachers are doing a little of both. So as for students to jump back and forth in this process, it would really mess up where we have the teachers positioned. So that's why we're saying by October 31st, please let us know what you want to do, and we're going to do our very best job to accommodate as many students as we can.
And Tim, there are so many unknowns right now with everything happening. Is this the only chance parents will have to apply to get their kid back for in-person instruction?
Early on when we offered the opportunity for children to sign up, this was in the summer, to sign up for the virtual program, we had what we thought was a hard deadline. I think it was July 27th. Honestly, at the end of the day, there were applications coming in even after that date, and we accommodated a bunch of those. So I hate to say there will never be an opportunity after October 31st. We're just asking parents, please help us out, get those applications in. But if there's a few stragglers out there, we'll do what we can.
I hear you. And Tim, just a little while ago on the 4 o'clock news, we showed the State Superintendent of Education, Molly Spearman, announcing that that PPP for all 81 school districts in an effort to help, districts return to that face-to-face instruction. What do you guys have planned for this donation?
Yeah, we have been getting incremental shipments of various PPE. Right now we're full up on the hand sanitizer. We had a lot of that in stockpile, but we've gotten in more masks, more gowns, more rubber gloves, alcohol wipes. That was something we really needed. We're very grateful to the State Department of Education for providing this PPE for us and other districts across the state. And then, of course, the big game changer for us in the way of allowing more students to go back to full-time in-person school was that additional $5 million that was spent by the state for plexiglass. Got a huge shipment in today, as you saw on your 4 o'clock news, and we're going to put that to good use. Second graders, I forget the exact date, the transitional dates that we have. They're next up. We're going to put those in second grade classrooms. Those kids are going to be back in full-time school, in-person school very soon.
And Tim, just real fast, I know it's hard to please every parent. You guys are the largest school district in the state. I know there's been frustrations with parents. I'm sure faculty as well, with you guys too, with how things have gone or things that have happened. But how is the overall aspect of getting these kiddos back into the classroom? How is it going so far? I mean, that is a huge feat when you're talking about such a huge district.
Yeah, we have so many different moving parts to this whole plan, but you know, Cody, I think it's going remarkably well. About a week ago, Dr. Royster, the superintendent, announced a plan to get all elementary students back into schools thanks to these plexiglass shields. It's easier to do that with elementary students because of the smaller class sizes. They're little people, they're little bodies. We can do better social distancing than the older kids. You get into the middle and high school and it becomes a big challenge. But, I mean, I think the headline here right now is, while we don't have the answer on how we can safely do this yet, we are working on it. And I would like to think we're going to have an announcement on that, on the upper level secondary students, sooner than later.
All right, Tim, I know a lot of parents looking forward to that, and thanks so much for taking some time out today to join us. I know that sun is not friendly out there right now, but thanks again.
It's my pleasure. Thank you, Cody.